just a few miles away from O Block here in Chicago, here for the Napa Break Series DIY 110 from the Chicago Street Course. I am King in the booth, as always, ready to bring you all the action here from the streets of Chicago as the Napa Break Series prepares for its first trip to this race course ever in league history. Going to be a good one. We got a full field stacked full of drivers here, all ready to leave their mark on this city. And yeah, we're just a few minutes away from go time, but before that, we've got a few pre-race ceremonies as always. So with that, please rise for our national anthem. And now to say the most famous words in motorsports.
God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen,
Free cam's broken.
start your engine!
My free cam broke. I hate Roblox. All right. There we go. 10. The freak are you talking about, Supreme? All right. Let's pace. We can pace 2 laps, and then remember the special pacing area. All right. As we get rolling here under caution at the Chicago Street Course, let's go ahead and take a look at our Commanders on the Grid starting lineup for tonight in Chicago. Starting on the front row, taking home yet another pole, is the 64 of David. Alongside him, the 51 of Hernan, 3-time winner on the season. Row 2 made up by the 20 of Volvo from the BTM camp and the 41 of Milky, looking for a good run as we draw closer to the playoffs. Row 3 belongs to a pair of Dodges, the 28 of Sierra. Have some good momentum going on here as of recent, and the mid-season tryout rookie, 22 of Trayvon. Row 4 made up by the 25 of IMR from the Rab Racing Dodge camp and the 31 of Nick from the Drum Strike Racing camp. Row 5 made up by the 69 of Michigan, owner of Dynaco Racing Motorsports, and the 10 of Radical, winner earlier this season at Phoenix, and your points leader coming into tonight. Row 6 made up by the 99 of Todd and the 48 of Russell, a pair of Bear Motorsports teammates, both in their Chevrolet Camaros, ready to roll off. Row 7 belongs to the 16 of Monkey Man from the Rab Racing group, as well as the 42 of Diego out of the Late Night Racing stable. And rounding out our field here, the 50 of Taylor from Java Railroad Motorsports moved down from the Cup Series back down to the Brake Series, looking to get some good momentum rolling in his first Brake Series start. So with that, got a few drivers that need to serve drive-throughs on the start for missing the practice requirement. So we've got this modified pacing, excuse me, modified pacing course here for the Chicago Street Course. Gonna see how this works out. Pretty tight right there as they rejoin the track, but able to get sorted out somewhat. But here they come through the Ohio Edison restart zone, and we're green flag racing at Chicago. David with a good start, gonna move right to the outside. 20 of Volvo still on the inside. We'll see what happens into turn one. Oh no, the 20 and the 51 jackknifed into the wall. Around goes Volvo, but he's able to straighten himself out as now they head down. I don't know all the street names, but I know the turns. Coming through turn two now. Everybody trying to gather their bearings and pick up as many positions as they can on this initial start. The 64 of David, though, still your leader, headed down this straightaway for turns 3 and 4 and 5. 22 of Trayvon with a good start, and the caution is out. Where is he? What's his name? There he is. Trayvon and Nick got jackknifed into the wall together, lost some positions, but the yellow flag is out already. For what? I'm not sure. Could potentially be the 41 of Milky Way behind the pack. Way disconnected. But the battle for the race back continues. David's still your leader. Hernan trying to make his way back up after starting second. His teammate, the 28 of Sierra, trying to follow him through as there's lots of contact further back in the pack as they try and make their way through this Xfinity Mobile section. The 31, 20, 22 all in a cluster here together. And here comes the 69 of Michigan. Going to try and fly right around him. And gonna give a big shot to the back of the 20. And this 31 and this 22 cannot get away from each other on this first lap. My goodness. Nick gets turned around by the 22 there. Gonna lose some positions coming back to the race back, but 64 of David will lead at the line. Michigan and Volvo side by side across the line, but the 69 will get the nod as they come to the pace car and back it down to pace speed. So pit road going to be open this time. We'll see how they manage getting onto pit road here for the first time with this new pacing layout. Coming towards turn 12 here, but they're going to enter through the runoff, and there's the pit road entry right there. Let's see if we have any takers. And the 51 of Hernan going to make a late choice to come in. It looks like the 22 of Trayvon going to also come with his teammate, the 25 of IMR. So far, 3 cars on the pit road. Make that 4. The 31 of Nick and the 99 of Toddy also coming. Milky and Taylor also on pit road. Excuse me. go. That's much better. I think people are just coming through there too fast, if I'm being honest. There. Alright. After some mid-race construction down on the pacing area, got the 1 to green this time by, so drivers will choose their lanes on, I don't even want to guess what road that is, but we'll get a aerial view at our choose cone here. Way back behind these trees, there it is. You can see the little flap. But let's see how everybody chooses. 64 of David's still your leader. The 28 of Sierra now going to be second to the choose. 48 of Russ, we're going to follow him. So we'll see where they go. David to the inside. Everybody else to the outside. As you see how they divvy themselves up. What the freak? We got people way off the track. What is happening? Oh my god, what? I tabbed away. I tabbed away for a second, dude. What was that? How I was hurt and flying. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need to see a replay of this. What? How? Oh my god, what? And looks like we're not going green. Alright, well, let's try this again. Alright, now let's see if I can get back to the booth. Oh, it didn't fly. It won't let me fly. I hate Roblox. I hate Roblox. Oh my god, and they wrecked. Oh my god. Are we green? Nope. Oh my god, I forgot the laps don't count under caution. We're on lap, like, 6 by now. Alright, let's try this again. Oh my god. Oh, dear God. Caution is back out. I don't even know how to commentate that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. The 42 got turned, or no, the 10, sorry, got turned in front of the field and nobody braked. So that's fun. But anyway, here's the race back at least. Most racing we've gotten on track all race, or all night. 31 of Nick is your leader. The 41 of Milky in second behind him, trying to take the race back lead. This caution will likely conclude stage one. Wow. You know, I was about to say the 69's roof number is upside down, but it's literally the same thing from any direction you look at it. Oh, Lord. Well, I guess we should take a look at our RPM rundown for tonight, presented by Craven Engines. First on the list, we've got the countless amount of blind corners at this race course. Excuse me, sorry, I had ice in my mouth. But countless amount of blind corners, lots of unknown challenges waiting around these corners for these drivers, as we've seen already. And then we've also got the nuance of the high-speed first half of the lap and then the very slow and technical last half, which we've seen drivers struggle with that second part of the lap, even just in the few laps that we've had at race pace. So it will be interesting to see if they can adapt and how they fare for the rest of the race. And then we've also got the fact that precision and consistency is everything at these road courses, especially Chicago, where you're running as close as ever to the walls here, closer here than anywhere else that we travel to on the schedule. So you really got to know the bounds of your car, know where the corners of your car are, know if you're going to hit the wall or not, and then also be fast and be consistent every lap. And then we've also got that final note of avoiding the chaos, which we have seen plenty of tonight just through stage one. So here we come to the next choose cone to kick off stage two. Alright, let's try this once more. Pace car will pull off, or really just go wide coming off of this final corner, and then the field will be in the hands of the 48 of Russell, it looks like. Yeah, the 48 of Russell on the inside first row, the 25 of IMR beside him. Got a spin in the back, but pack stayed together for the most part. We're going to see the green flag. 48 does not get going. Here's the 51, 28, 25, and 41 all going by him on either side of that 48 Chevrolet. Side by side into turn one for the 51 and 25, into the wall for the 42. And gonna bounce into the 69, make contact with him, but up at the front, the battle for the lead is on between two Dodges. 51 of Hernan under fire from the 25 of IMR, and now the 41 of Milky surging to third. They're 3 wide headed down this straightaway. Now the 51's going to back out, fall in line. The 41 and 25 remain side by side, headed for turn 4. Very high speed corner here, very opportune passing zone, but the 41 undercuts it, gets into the wall. The 51 gets put into the tire barrier. That's going to cost him some time. Milky will take the lead away from IMR. Oh my God. Trouble turn 6. Jesus. The 64 and the 51 were bumper locked together. Couldn't get off of each other on that straightaway. But starting to make it through this Xfinity Mobile section now. Turns 7 through 10 right here, and then 10 switches to the McDonald's sponsoring. Got a real cluster of cars right here battling for, I believe, 5th on the racetrack. The 10 of Radical currently holds that spot, trying to drive away from the 3169, or sorry, this is for 6th. Looks like we finally completed a lap under green. The 41 of Milky, your leader. Let's have another look at that turn 6 incident here with the 51 and 64, just trying to get unstuck with each other. And a pretty smart play, actually. Just drive straight into the tire barriers. That'll get you unstuck. Unfortunately, collected some other race cars. The 31 had some contact. The 10 as well, lost some spots. And then the 99 of Toddy also got turned around trying to complete that corner. Milky, though, continuing the lead and starting to open up a bit of a gap. One of the faster cars in practice, both yesterday and before the race tonight. So looking for a good run. He was talking to the media earlier about how he would love to get some more playoff points before we start the playoffs, and you got to do that through stage finishes and through race finishes. Stage finishes pay the most playoff points, other than winning, obviously, but you know, stage finishes are crucial. He has not had the best stage finishes of all the drivers here this season. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight, actually. You'll see still at the top of the points, though, the 10 of Radical. Back behind him is now his teammate, the 20 of Volvo in second. Milky sits third. But then you look all the way to the left side, or the right side of your screen, excuse me. You'll see the playoff points count. Milky is way behind the rest of the field in his playoff points. And right now, a stage win, or actually looking to win stage 2 if we stay green all the way. And if he doesn't make any mistakes, he will win stage number 2 and get 3 playoff points. That'll definitely help his cause. But then you can also see everybody else listed on the points sheet, and going to start to focus a little bit more on that cut line every week now until the playoffs start, because we are getting close to crunch time for some of these guys around the points cut line, like the 31 of Nick, the 40 or the 15 of Hickory, who has not been very active, the 99 of Todd just has not had the best runs. He's been signed all season, just has not had the speed to be in a spot to race for the playoffs. But now he's in the situation where he might miss the playoffs. But you've also got the 27 of Ghost. He's been so strong ever since he got picked up by Drone Strike Racing as a midseason tryout rookie. He's just a few points outside of the cut line, a few good races outside of the cut line. 28 of Sierra, not too far behind the cut line, down in 15th. But definitely a lot of movement to keep an eye on as we progress through these final few weeks before the playoffs in the Break Series. Battle for position continues right here. This is for third now. The 25 of IMR currently has it. The 10 of Radical and the 51 of Hernan, both behind him looking to take it, and a little too hot into turn 7. That's going to cost the 27 third for now. Might even lose fourth, excuse me, to the 31 of Nick, who's going to overshoot turn 8 and put the 25 right in the wall. I'm not sure where he thought he was going, but IMR, the biggest loser in all of that, went from third to about 6th in a few corners. I just got to get his head back down and focus back forward, starting with this 10 car who just had a little bit of a slip up. 20 of Volvo into the tire barrier down in turn 11. Gonna lose a spot to the 28 of Sierra, and now gonna have the 69 of Michigan on his inside. Coming through turn 12. These two were battling for a championship last season in the final race at Phoenix. The 20 ended up getting the championship, but that was a few numbers away, or a few numbers ago. He was in the 54 for McAuliffe when he got that championship. Both of these two have actually switched numbers, you know, gotten different rides at different teams since their championship battle. Volvo raced for McAuliffe when he won the championship. Now races for Blaze Technology Motorsports, looking to go back-to-back. And Michigan now racing for his own team, Dynaco Racing Motorsports, looking to get his first Break Series championship. Oh, Milky. What happened to Milky? Did Milky get ran down, or did he make a mistake and lose the lead? But now 64 of Davis, your leader, coming down towards turn 6 here. 31 of Nick looking to make a move on the 51 here. Late move, late pullout, but he is able to make it work with a little bit of contact. Oh no. Hard into turn 7. They get together and make contact. 31 is able to drive away, but such a tight corner, it's almost impossible to go into turn 7 side by side at this race course, but they tried it and they found out the hard way. Let's look at it one more time. Coming up the hill here over the railroad tracks underneath this bridge. And you'll see into turn 7, Hernan not willing to back out and give this 31 the spot. They make some contact before turn in, and then they make contact again in corner apex. Oh no! The 10 car Radical around in the live box. And the 31 of Nick also around. He's going to slide on the pit road. I'm not sure what happened right there between those two. I looked up and saw the 10 car backwards in the tires. And then the 31 was sliding onto the pit road entry, but Drama all over the racetrack. Really can't look away at all here at Chicago. 3 laps to go in the stage, though. Radical into the inside wall in turn 2. Gonna lose 2 spots, maybe even 3. 1 to the IMR, number 25, 28 of Sierra, and now side by side with his teammate Volvo. And gonna lose that spot as well. Two laps to go at the line. Pit road closes once the leader has taken it, which he already has. David opening up a 5+ second lead over the 51 of Hernan. Scored in second place last time across the line, and then the 41 of Milky just a few paces behind him, and then it's a brawl for the next few spots. The 25, 20, and 28 all underneath a blanket. The 10 of Radical also looking, and the 69 of Michigan. A few mistakes from these 3, and he's also right in the battle for that spot. The top 5 all receive stage points, and this battle is for 2 positions inside the top 5. So stage points highly important to these drivers, as you see how aggressive they're being. The top 3 all in position for playoff points. They're all pretty spread out from each other. The only threat is the 41 of Milky. He could lose this top 3 if he made a few mistakes and allows his pack behind him to catch up. And it looks like the 25 is also gaining pretty well, so Milky might be in danger of losing his playoff points, which we were just... Oh, and yeah, there's the mistake. The 25 right to the door of the 41, going to be side by side. Coming into turn 8. Headed around this long sweeping turn 9 around the fountain. Milky currently holding on to the 3rd right now, but we were just talking about it. He needs playoff points. He would love playoff points before the playoffs start, so he's not. Oh, the 25 missed the corner. Chaos ensues behind him. Luckily got out of the chaos, but missed the corner, and then more contact went on inside the corner with the 20 and the 10 and a few other big names. But to the white flag in stage 2, the 41 of Milky now going to have to defend from the 10 of Radical, also extremely fast in practices. Didn't qualify very well because of traffic, but should be interesting to see if he can catch this 41 in a lap and steal this final playoff point given out at the stage conclusion. And then if these two get together, the 20 of Volvo is also there. The 20 and the 10 are still in position for playoff points at the end of the stage, or sorry, stage points at the end of the stage, but no playoff points. Turns 4 and 5, beautifully executed by both drivers. All 3, even the 20 of Volvo, flawless through that section. Headed back down this back straightaway, air quotes. Headed for turn 6. Lots of time to be gained or lost here. Let's see how each driver fares. Milky is good. Radical good with a better exit, and Volvo a little behind, got a really bad exit, smacked those tires. That'll cost him some straightaway speed. But now down to turn 7. Really hard to make a pass here in this final section, the tightest and most technical part of the racetrack. Let's see if Radical can see if he can nut up and make this pass. The 41 makes a mistake, though. Here comes the 10 to the inside in turn 9. Radical able to clear just barely, not quite, maybe not. Turn 11 for the final time in stage 2. Milky on the inside, he's going to clear back on the 10. Playoff points at stake. What will Radical do in turn 12? Going to send it in, make contact! Milky slides, bounces off the tire barrier. Now who can get up to speed fastest? Oh my god, seriously? 41 of Milky will beat the 10 to the line. And he will pick up the final playoff point in stage 2. Wow, what a battle for some playoff points there between those two. 64 of David took home the stage win. The 51 of Hernan was second behind him. Good playoff points for those two. So now we got another round of pit stops coming up and another restart on the horizon. So we'll see how they fare now that they've gotten a few laps under green. Not the day that this 42 team was looking for at all. Sorry about that. Had to deal with my dog. Oh my god, did I miss a flip? Another one. Oh boy. They keep spinning right there. Oh. Oh, you gotta double tap space to fly. Okay. How do they keep spinning here? The freak. Here's the choose. David and Hernan to the bottom, followed by Radical. All right. So there's your starting lineup. Here they come off of turn 12, back to the Ohio Edison restart zone, and back to the start-finish line for stage 3 of the DIY 110 at the Chicago Street Course. Milky, your leader, trying to defend from the pack behind him, down into turn 1. Let's see how they make it. Oh, 50 and 22 slide into the tire barriers, but they're going to bounce off and keep going. The rest of the field continues to battle for position. They're 3 wide for a moment. Russell trying to make a move on Russell, and then gets turned around. 16 of Monkey also around. They get sorted out. Now they're 2 abreast, headed down the straightaway through turns 3 and up toward turn 4. Oh, absolute cluster of race cars right here. Volvo gonna catch the inside of the turn 4 wall, gonna bounce into traffic. Everybody else trying to find their way through, trying to sort their way through the traffic. Battle for the lead is back on, though, between the 41 and 64. Milky currently holds it. David trying to take it back after his win in stage 2. Radical and Hernan also in the wings. Oh, we got trouble in the back. Turn 7, Calamity Corner striking again. The fit 25 of IMR backwards in front of a number of cars, able to get turned around, but not without losing several positions. Milky's still holding on to the lead from David. Turn 12 coming up. Milky continues to lead. Everybody's starting to fall in line, and looks like we're going to just try and make some laps up here. 51 of Hernan looks to be closing in on the 64 of David for second place. And there continues to be a few spurts of battles here all over the place, or all throughout the field. Oh, that was a beautiful turn 6 for David. Also for the 41, though, not quite able. David got a really good corner entry. Milky got a really good corner exit right there. And here comes the 51, shoving it to the inside of the 64 in turn 7. He's going to make that pass and take second coming into turn 8. Now he's going to bounce off the wall through turn 8 and give it right back to the 64. David back to second now through turn 9. 10 laps to go here from Chicago. Plenty of racing left. 2-minute lap times. Got a long way to go, and now here's David looking for the lead. Doesn't matter how much time he's got. He wants the lead now, and he wants to pull away. Milky defensive coming off of turn 11 and entering turn 12. 51 into the back of the 64. They make contact again off the corner. Door slam each other, and now they're headed back down the front straightaway. 9 to go at the line. Milky trying to play it defensive on the 64. A little wide into the corner. Here comes the 51 with a great run. Might go all the way to the lead here before turn 2, and he will. Hernan clears to the lead. Milky into the back. Going to shove him wide into the tire barrier, and around goes the 64. Oh, worst case scenario for David. Maybe not worst case, but that is not what you want to happen after racing for the lead. Take another look at it. Coming down through turn 2, or towards turn 2. 51 clears the 41. Milky gets right back into the bumper of the 51, and then Herndon bouncing off the tire barrier, just terrible angle for their 64, spins him around, loses positions, but he's able to get back going without a yellow. Take one more look at it. There's the contact that put the 51 into the tire barrier, and the 64 just coming along trying to make his corner. Unfortunately, a victim to that squabble between the 41 and 51. But now Herndon's still in second. Got the 10 of Radical all over his bumper now, but they're still all chasing the 41 of Milky here. Herndon with a great turn 11 exit. Milky trying to cover the cover his inside. Oh, contact! Side by side off of turn 12, headed for the start finish line once again. Now it's 8 laps to go. Radical waiting in the wings. Turn 1 on the horizon. Will they make contact? Not quite, but Radical got into the back of the 41 a little bit, it looked like. Now he's on the outside of the 51. Oh, what a freaking send from the 51 into the door. Got some air off the 41. Now it's Herndon to the lead. Milky in second, Radical still in third, and just behind these three is the 31 of Nick also lurking. Oh no! The 51 gets turned around by the 41 coming off of turn number 5. Tempers are starting to boil over at the front of the field, and now the 10 of Radical takes the lead after those two dust up again. Now let's see what Radical can do at the front of the field with clean air and clean racetrack up ahead of him. Already looks like he's opening up a gap. Nick now in position to strike for second place here. As these two continue to battle, the 51 of Herndon is not too far behind. A few laps, and I think he'll be there, especially if these two keep doing that and keep battling that hard. Jackknife together off of turn 12. And now Herndon's back alongside the 41. Let's check in a little further back in the pack here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of action a little further back in the pack here. This is from about, what, 8th through the field? Oh my goodness, what was that? Lots of dodges back here, bringing up the rear of the field. Not the performance that they were looking for tonight in Chicago. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, we got trouble in turn 4. Michigan is slowing out of the groove, and we've got a car stopped there in turn 3. Who was that? That was the 50 of Taylor. Oh, the 51 is backwards coming through turn 8. What has happened? What is happening? You can't look away at all. Herndon got turned around, was backwards coming off of turn 7. The 31 and the 41 leaving the scene of the crime, escaping the wreckage, but now 64 of David back into the battle for what looks to be second as Radical has checked out with the lead. Look at this gap he's built up in just a lap and a half. But the battle for second is still on. Volvo now up here. The 31 of Nick, David, Milky all fighting for second. Radical is praying that it stays green till the end because he's got a free win as long as he doesn't make any absolutely detrimental mistakes. I think he's got this one in the bag. A 10-second lead last time by the line. And if these four keep running into each other like they are, it's looking like it's going to stay that way. And it actually grow. So here's Volvo now trying to defend for second from a hard charging Nick and David. Oh, big cross from the 64. Oh, and that's not going to work. Here's Russell now in the 48, also sneaking towards the top 5 late. Absolutely wild racing we're seeing here tonight at Chicago. Where's Radical? There he is. Radical just running qualifying laps at this point. Just got to be clean and make absolutely no mistakes. Oh my gosh. Volvo is backwards. Milky was around. Able to get straightened out. Goodness. Chaos all over the place here at Chicago. You literally cannot look away for a second. Oh my god. It just got turned by the 20. Oh my goodness. There's Radical, the leader. Rounding turn 5, headed down for turn 6. What a race he's had. Or I guess what a third stage he's had. Really putting it all together here late, but regardless, leading the way here late at Chicago. Looking to pick up win number 2 on the season if everything goes his way. Oh my god, I was wondering when he was going to turn. Oh, and well, it actually worked out for him. Four laps to go now. Radical still leading the way, but David in second got a gap behind him and got clean track in front of him. So we will see if he can. I don't think there's no way he's making up that gap, but excuse me, no way he's making up that gap. And I mean, I guess at this point, just hope for a caution or hope that the 10 makes a mistake. But Radical should not be pushing at all. Got no room, or he's got plenty of room behind him to make a mistake. But even then, do not want to make a mistake. Potentially throw this surefire win away here at Chicago. Could be win number 2. One earlier this season at Phoenix. I don't know why that blanked on me. Got a car on pit road. That's the 99 of Todd. With 3 laps to go. Lucky he came when he did before leader took 2 to go and it closed. But let's go through our top 5 here. Look at some of these storylines. Obviously, your leader, Radical, been on a bit of a winning or a losing streak recently. Excuse me. A little bit of a losing streak recently, but hoping to get it righted here tonight at Chicago with such a good run going, as the 28 is stopped for some reason. Oh well, deleted his car now. But moving on to second and third here, we'll talk about Nick here in the 31. He's got a win on the season as well. Won at New Orleans earlier this season and then was demoted to reserves for a few weeks by his team owner Torino and Drone Strike Racing, and then promoted back to the full-time ride in the 31 Brake Series Ford Mustang. So now he's looking to make a late push for the playoffs. Back behind him in third place right now, one of the strongest drivers as of recent in the Brake Series, David, coming on really strong as of recent, looking to go 3 in a row in the wins category after a win in the All-Star race and then a dominant win last weekend in Indianapolis. But looks like he'll have to settle for second place here as we come now to 2 laps to go. He's about 15 seconds back from the leader. Sorry. And then the 48 of Russell also having another good run. Quite the career resurgence for Russell here in the Napa Auto Parts or the Napa Brake Series. It was looking like he was going nowhere, was ready to move back up to the office at Late Night Racing, but he's found speed, he's found pace this season with Bear Motorsports, and it has been impressive to watch him come on so strong as of recent in this 48 Chevrolet. And the fast cars and the speed continues here, looking like a top 5 run here tonight at Chicago. And back behind him is his team, or his driver, sorry, I guess allied driver with Bear Motorsports, the 41 of Milky from his team, Late Night Racing. Milky has not won on the season so far. He's got 1 career win in the Brake Series, was last season at Elwood, the second to last race of the season, and had really high hopes coming into tonight to get that second win, first win of the career here tonight at Chicago. But we watched him, sort of tumble through the pack in stage 3, and now he finds himself 5th, looking to looking to come forward if he can. But headed for turn 12, the 10 of Radical just got to get to the white flag with no cautions, and this race is his. Got a 15-second gap. Just got to get the power down, get down this straightaway and see the white flag. Looks like he will. Yes, he will. White flag is out at Chicago. Next flag will end the race. Radical, with a dominant final stage, if I'm just being honest, came from about 5th on the restart, made his way through all the traffic, all the chaos on the restart, and just took the lead and has just done nothing but be perfect every lap, just driven away from the field. And he's just got to put together one more good lap. Doesn't need to be anything, record setting. I don't think he's pushing at all. He's allowing a few seconds to be gained per lap, but no need to push. Plenty of track behind him. Turns 4 and 5 for the final time. So smooth around this race course. And he's had such good pace this season. That one win early in the year does not show how much speed that 10 car has had every weekend. He's been a top 3 driver, top 3 finisher all season, and that's why he's your points leader coming into tonight. And all this will do is boost his points lead as well. Give him some good playoff points as we close in on the playoffs. So good things in the making here for the 10 of Radical. Coming through the Xfinity Mobile section one last time. Turns 8 through 12 await him. And then he'll be a winner here in Chicago. Coming around the fountain. Excuse me. Clean through turn 10. Turn 11. And turn 12 and headed for home. 10 car of Radical. Runner-up in the championship. Or no, sorry, not runner-up. 3rd place in the championship last season. He's going to be 1st place here at the Chicago Street Course. Radical wins the D.I.Y 110. David going to take home 2nd. Nick 3rd. Contact between the 51 and 41, I think, in the final corner. But Hernan will take 5th place from Milky. Russell holds on to 4th. Volvo will bring it home 7th. And it is a ways back to the next card across the stripe. Going to take a while to get all these results. Here comes Taylor to the line, P8. IMR will get P9, a good top 10 for that team, and Michigan barely going to get a top 10. Oh my lord. Oh my god, he just got Newman'd. Brand new paint scheme for the 10 of Radical. Going to go straight to victory lane in its first start. The Worth car. Good looking race car to win in. Now he'll get to burn it down on the front straightaway here. What a win for Radical. Came on strong late when it mattered. And his second, what the freak? His second win of the season will come here at the Chicago Street Course. Second win with Blaze Technology Motorsports as well. And I think he knows something that that these other drivers don't know about these very brake heavy packages, because he's been so good at the short tracks and the road courses, and now he's got his second win here at Chicago after picking up number 1 at Phoenix earlier. Where's Radical? He left. What do you expect? What the hell? All right. And now let's grab our winner for an interview here in Victory Lane. All right, Radical. Finally got win number 2 on the season tonight at Chicago. So how does it feel to win the first ever Break Series race here at the Chicago Street Course, and probably the last?
And it's great to win again. Our first win really came on fuel strategy, but those last 8 laps since we got that lead was very nerve-wracking, just hoping a caution wouldn't come out. And just I believe I got the fastest lap, I heard, but it wasn't the prettiest of races. There was a lot of crashing going on. I literally got stuck with other cars on the first lap, and all we came away with was a bit of like P4 stage points in stage number 2. But glad we could win. We were in the mix there late in this race. We're just hanging around trying to find any way we could to pass the few guys in front of me. Hernan, Milky, David, and the 31. They were all very, very fast today, as well as my teammate Volvo. There was a lot of competition out there, and that wreck really that happened right in front of me with the 41 and the 51 really gave me the perfect opportunity to just drive away, and they were all racing at it back there. But win number 2 on the career feels great. It's been a lot of races coming up short, but yeah, really, really happy for this one, especially where we qualified in 10th. We were so close to getting another lap, and that lap I completed just to see where I would end up, and it would have been pole, but these heavy braking tracks this season have really been my strong suit, which very surprised from a season ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mentioned it during your burnout, but you must know something that the other drivers don't know about the brake packages here at these heavier braking tracks, because you always seem to be one of the front runners and have one of your best, or have your best races at these types of tracks with these types of packages. So, yeah, congrats on the win here tonight, and hopefully we will see you next weekend at, where are we next weekend? Pocono.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy this one and then get right back to work at Pocono with the stretch before the playoffs.
All right. Now we'll go to our second place finisher, David, here in the 64. David, another very solid top three finish for you. Unfortunately, aren't able to go three in a row, but regardless, a top three finish, great points day for you and the team. So, what do you take away from tonight's race at Chicago?
Honestly, could have been a hell of a lot better right there. Of course, 41 just right turn one walled me into the tire barrier, and then into two, I think he like walled the 51, which the 51 went into me and caused me to spin in the final stage. So wasn't able to get up to him, and then when I did, it was a shed gaggle for P2, letting the 10 take away and just outperform us right there. I was able to get through all of them, but just not enough time. And even then, it was just too large of a gap for me to succumb unless a caution, which didn't go our way. Didn't get any playoff points at stage one, so that's not going to help our case either. But still got decent enough points. Just trying to get closer to that top three. Need those playoff points to start racking up for the end of the. It's an end game right here. Only 4 races left after this, so I think we're still doing a great job. The cars have performed pretty well throughout all these tracks. Pocono should be another high breaker, so I think our pace should be perfect next week. Though, won't jinx myself like Torino did to me yesterday. So I think really, I wanted this to be better. Though this it could have been way worse. I've seen everyone else just get killed. It was a genocide here. I mean, we thought it was going to be O Block. It was us. So, yeah. Sucks, but could have been worse.
All right, well, you said it. Hopefully, you can get back on the winning train next weekend at Pocono.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go to our fourth place finisher, Russell. Russell with another top 5 finish, another good solid end to the day. So, Russell, tell me how you're feeling after this one at Chicago, and tell me how you ended up finishing inside the top 5 after not really being there in stages 1 or 2.
Yeah, I have no idea how I got into P4, but I think it was because that I was hanging back and I was catching towards like the front runners. They were like battling way too aggressively. So I decided to hang back and then snatch him up, like coming to like I'd say 10, 9, 8 to go, and from then on it was just a race to get another top 5, and we did that. But the racing product overall was just horrible as usual. Um, the Dodges they still need to learn how to use their brakes, learn when they're clear and not clear, use their mirrors and whatnot. So yeah, it was kind of a terrorist track, like what David said, and of course what Radical said too. But you know, it is what it is. This is the type of racing we're promoting here, and it's kind of ridiculous. But you know, we're not going to do anything about it as usual. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. But I'm very happy to get P4. Um, yeah, nothing too much to say after that shit fest of a race that we just had at the streets of Chicago.
All right, well, basically just going to pair what you said. Fortunately, able to come away with a solid top 5 after a lackluster race overall at Chicago. And hopefully we can have a better weekend next weekend at Pocono.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll close it out with Todd since he's in the stage. I assume he wants an interview. Oh, he's right here. Well, here on pit road with Todd after a conversation with teammate Russell. But
hello.
Yeah, I got you. But Todd, I'll just be honest, not by any means your best run. Excuse me. You've made it known that road courses are not your strong suit after a circuit of the Americas earlier in the year. But you know, at least you made the race, and at least you were able to pick up some points. So, tell me how the race went for you.
No, not really well. During one of the cautions, while we were in the park, I believe I went like way too fast in the corner, and I just started barrel rolling. It was pretty insane. But yeah, overall the race wasn't what I had high expectations for. So hopefully at Pocono it can go a bit better. As yeah, I need to work like really better on these road courses.
All right, well, yeah, just improvement sounds like the sentiment for the 99 team following Chicago, but hopefully you can get it right and have a good run next weekend in Pocono.
All right, thank you. Improvement is my number one mindset for these races.
Hey, that's great to have. Great to have for your first season with Bear. So, yeah, just keep improving, and the better finishes will start coming, I'm sure.
All right, thank you.
All right. And I believe that'll do it for our coverage of the DIY 110 from the Chicago Street Course as Disco Party's breaking out. But that'll do it. Radical got the win, second win on the season for him after a late breakaway here at Chicago. So we'll be back. Oh, actually, no, we won't be back tomorrow night. The Cup Series has an off week, so we'll be back next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, as always. The Break Series back in action at Pocono next weekend, and then the Cup Series comes down to Chicago to have their try at the Chicago Street Course. So with that, this is King, signing off. Hope everybody has a good night.